Hello, everybody. I'm Mandy Moon, and welcome to my bedroom office. We are on day 2 of our 5-day series on how to build a brand. Yesterday, we talked about step 1, building your brand foundations by focusing on your founder story and how and why you got into business, and also focusing on your purpose story, what keeps you going. So, we talked about purpose stories, how to create a good purpose story by aligning your values with your services that you have to offer. But yesterday, I also shared the definition of a brand. So yesterday, again, we focused on the brand foundation, your beginnings, and what drives you. But does anybody remember what the definition of a brand is, or what I said a good brand does? It answers 2 questions. A good brand answers, who are you? But it also answers, who cares, right? Who cares? And that to me is the most important question. So today I'm going to talk to you about the biggest mistake that I see that businesses and brands make. It happens all of the time. And after this video, you're going to be able to spot it, and you're going to see it every single day. This is a big mistake. It's super easy to make, but I'm going to talk to you about how you can avoid it and how you can become better than that, because I know you can. I know you can. This mistake, again, is so easy to make, but we can do this. All right. So let's dive in. I titled this step 2, we need a hero, right? Because everybody loves a good hero. We're all walking around the heroes of our own stories. I'm the hero of my story. You're the hero of your story. Our internal dialogue is positioning ourselves as the hero and seeing all the things that are happening in our day-to-day lives as parts of that story, right? So what I've learned is that the brain takes in information and compiles it in a way that everything really is a story. And one of my favorite books that I've read is by somebody named Donald Miller. I'll go ahead and put the link in the comments to the book. It's called Story Brand. And he has a theory about what makes every compelling story compelling. What makes every good story a good story? And the theory is that every good story follows a specific set of steps. It has a specific framework. And what the framework that he developed is that every good story has a hero, right? And that hero always has some sort of problem, or there is a villain. Every hero then meets a guide. The guide has some sort of plan. The hero then gets called to act in some way, and then the hero saves the day. So it's a 6-part, simple 6-part step-by-step plan. But if you think about any movie, every single good movie or story out there follows that exact framework. It's actually kind of crazy. You're going to be able to see it all of the time now. So I think about my favorite movie is The Gladiator. Has anybody else seen The Gladiator? Russell Crowe, Joaquin Phoenix. It's such a good movie. So I think about this framework in that sense. So who is the hero, right? The hero is Maximus, the gladiator. The villain is, what's his name? Commodus? Joaquin Phoenix, the dude who has a crush on his sister. And the guide, who people sometimes forget, is Marcus Aurelius, right? And there's that scene in the movie, like one of the best scenes in the movie is when Maximus goes to see Marcus Aurelius, and Marcus is like, Maximus, are you ready to take this great honor that I've bestowed on you, right? Trying to get him to be a leader and whatever. And Maximus goes, with all my heart, no. And then Marcus Aurelius is like, Maximus, that's why it has to be you. He gets called to action, right? So then what happens is Marcus follows the plan, all of his conflict happens, and at the end of the day, the gladiator, saves the day. It's a great, great movie if you haven't seen it. What the problem that most businesses make, the biggest problem, is that every business is walking around out there wanting to be the gladiator. Everybody wants to be Russell Crowe, right? Everybody's sitting there being like, look at me, I'm the gladiator, I'm the hero, I'm the biggest, I'm the best, follow me, right? But like we talked about, everybody is walking around the hero of their own story. Everybody is their own gladiator walking around. And so when we see another hero or another gladiator out there doing their thing, and that hero is like, I'm the best and biggest, whatever, follow me, most people look at that person or look at that brand and look at that business and say, cool, that's cool, but I don't have time right now. I'm busy. I got my own goals, my own thing, my own places that I want to be. I'm too busy looking for a guide that can help me get to where I want to go. Good luck to you, right? How many times do we get objections like that? Objections like, oh, it's a bad time for me, I'm too busy, yada, yada, yada. That is because everybody is walking around the hero of their own story with their own places to be. And so when you're begging people, when businesses and brands are begging people to follow them because they're the biggest, the best, they've got the this and that, whatever, other heroes don't care. Other heroes, again, are heroes of their own story. So today, I'm telling you, stop trying to be the hero and instead start looking for your hero. Start looking for your hero. Hint, your hero is your customer, right? Your hero is your perfect client. So how do we find that person? How do we find our hero? How do we find our perfect client? Well, the first step in finding anything is to know exactly what you're looking for, right? Know exactly who and what you're looking for. Now, I get all of the time, every single person, everybody is out there thinking like, well, Mandy, my business, my product, my service, everybody could use a XYZ. Everybody needs my insert product or service here. I'm telling you today, if you try to appeal to everybody, if you try to sell your services, your product to everybody because everybody needs what you have, you're not going to connect with anyone. You're not going to connect with anyone. So if we think about it, when you're scrolling through your social media feeds, there's so much out there. There's so much noise. There's so much junk. There's so much out there. We're being sold to constantly every day. And if you are not speaking to somebody specifically and you're not trying to connect with someone specifically, you're not going to land with anyone. You're not going to connect with anyone. That's just the cold hard truth. I'm giving it to you straight today, you guys. So, how do we find our perfect client then? What do we do if we can't appeal to everybody? How do we appeal to the right person? How do we find that? So, I'm going to give you the step. This is step 2, right? So think about step 1. Think about your brand foundation. I want you to think about your personal values and think about your services. And in your mind, this is the best part about being an entrepreneur and being your own business owner is that you can make things up. You can make things up and do things the way that you want, right? So you're thinking about your personal values and your specific products and service. Make up a person that needs your service, right? And make up a person that is going to resonate with your specific values. Now, go get a piece of paper and write the qualities of this person down. Think about a human. And it could be a real person. If you have a real client already in mind that you think of as your perfect client, write this person's qualities down. And if you don't have one, literally make it up. It's okay. You can make it up. Write this person's name down, make up an age, a demographic, write down what their family looks like, write down where they live, write down the restaurants in town that they like to go to, write down the things that they like to do for fun. Make this person as detailed and real as you possibly can. But again, the biggest thing about this person is that they're going to specifically need the product or service that you have, but they're also going to connect and resonate with your personal values. That's the biggest piece of creating this profile, right? So a lot of people have done this already. A lot of people have already taken the time to make up their perfect client. And if you haven't, this is a great time to do it. But we've seen this happen. We've seen this before. Consider your target market. But today we're going to level up. I'm going to take it one step further. I'm going to push you a little bit to think about a few things. So we're going to now create what I call a hero profile. And I do this with all of my clients. I create this profile around 3 specific ideas for your hero. And the first idea is you think about all of the situations that make your hero happy. What brings your hero peace? Now you're going to have to think about this hero's personality type. Are they more take charge or are they more relaxed? Are they extroverted or introverted? What type of peace? What type of things bring your hero peace? And again, this is all going to depend on the family that you give your hero, the location that they live in. How does your hero find peace and happiness? Think about different situations. The second thing is think about the situations that make your hero angry. I want to tell you a story and give you an example of this because this is an example that I personally live in my everyday life. Are two totally different personality types, and the things that make me feel peace are the things that make him feel angry, and the things that make him feel angry are the things that make me feel peace. It's like we cannot be more opposite when it comes to communication style. But for me, I'm the things that make me angry, right? When we're talking about sales situations, I'm a D personality type, so I like big picture. I like to know just the few details to get to the big picture. I want to know how it's going to affect me, and I just want all of these things immediately, and I'm a quick decision maker, right? I just want to know the big picture so I can make a decision. Josh is the opposite. He needs every detail. It takes him forever to make a decision because he wants to know all of the details, and he likes to run every scenario through before he can make a decision. It's a totally different buying experience. Even if we're buying the exact same product or looking at the exact same thing, the way we process information is so different. So I'm just going to give an example. One time we were trying to buy insurance, right? And we're sitting with our insurance dude, and this is Josh's insurance friend. And we're sitting with the guy, and the insurance guy is giving us every loophole and giving us all of the things to consider and all of the details. And I'm sitting there like, oh my good God. Like the anxiety in me is like, I just want to get out of there. I don't care about any of this stuff. But Josh was like eating it up. He loved it. That's why he loves our insurance guy, right? That's why they connect so well. And I'm just like, oh, I cannot be a part of this conversation. Like, just tell me what's happening and I'll sign. Like, that was it. But that's an example of the type of situation that you want to think about for your client. What makes them angry? Is your perfect client someone like me, a big picture thinker who's going to make a decision quickly? Or is your perfect client more into the details like my husband? Is he going to want to know all of the steps and all of the things? Hint, that really has a lot to do with you. Are you somebody who loves to give detail? Are you somebody who loves to walk people through, teach people about the process? Is that one of your values, understanding the process and the details? Because if it is, then your perfect client's going to be more like my husband. And if it's not, your perfect client's probably going to be more like me. These are things that you want to think about because the delivery of your marketing strategy is going to be so different depending on what makes your client happy and what makes your client angry, right? So think about these things. This is going to be super important for your client profile. And the last piece is my favorite piece about thinking about your client. It's, where does your client see themselves in the future? What's the next level for your perfect client, for your hero? Where's their next step? Where do they see themselves in a year, 5 years? What's their dream? This is kind of fun. It's fun to think about where your made-up person could see themselves in the future and how you could position yourself to be a part of that. Okay, so yeah, is your perfect client somebody with young kids and their next step is, getting their kids through high school? Or is your hero an empty nester and their next step is, retirement or whatever? Think about those things because, again, it's going to affect the way that you execute your marketing strategy. All of this is extremely important. All right, so if you can build your customer profile around these 3 ideas, you'll have a solid hero profile that's going to resonate with your perfect client. All right, so I'm so excited, you guys. That's step 1 and 2, just a little insight into all of the steps that I take my clients through to building a brand. Now that we have your foundation set, and now that we have your hero profile set, the next thing is to set you up, right? To set you up as Marcus Aurelius, to set you up as Yoda, to set you up as the guide. How do you get your perfect hero to see you as a subject matter expert, to see you as the go-to person to get them to where they want to go? That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. You're not going to want to miss tomorrow because it's a really important part of the step. Super important. I hope today was helpful. Please feel free to share or tag any business owner, salesperson, or professional that could use a boost in their marketing plan during this crazy time. Thanks, guys, for tuning in, and I will see you later. Have a great day.